Pisces rising, this is your tarot monthly reading for the month of July 2024. If you don't know your rising sign, you've never heard of that before, check the link in the description and you can get your full natal chart. The sign that you're looking for is your ascendant, which is another word for rising. So I'm Podkane. If you've never been here before, hello. This is a long ass reading, so get your popcorn. But what we're going to be looking at first is we're going to pull an oracle card for you from the messages from your spirit animal oracle deck, and then we're going to do two readings, two astrology tarot readings. The first one is going to be with the So Below deck, talking about your outer appearance life of how you appear to others, what's going on in relationships, friends and home and work. And then we're going to be looking on the second round of cards from the As Above deck, your inner world, your inner life. So secrets and aspirations, achievements, what you value, what need to change. And then at the end of all of that, I'm going to pull a card from the spell deck here. If you're interested in doing a little bit of witchy stuff this month. But I am going to pause the video and pull your first round of cards, and I'll see you in just a second. All right, Pisces rising. So for you, we've got the Elk. Stand tall and maintain your dignity no matter what, and others will treat you with the respect that you deserve. Okay, you deserve that respect. Maintain your dignity. Don't sink to anybody's level. Don't be getting all petty. Let's see more about what this means for you. So how other people are seeing you right now with the Judgment card, they see that you have a voice and a message. They see that you have a presence, that you have a certain knowledge and a wisdom that is gained through experience. This is a wonderful card. It's my favorite card, okay? There's a lot of respect for you at this time. With what you have, the Emperor, you're a boss. Okay, maybe you own your own business, or you're in control. You're a manager or a leader in some respect, but you're juggling your responsibilities adeptly. You're a wise and responsible leader who does not abuse their power. You have taken control of your situation and are handling it well. With what you're thinking about, we have the King of Swords reversed. In your thoughts lately are feelings, the thoughts of judgment, passing judgment, being critical, feeling like you're applying logic, but it's kind of heavy-handed. There's not a lot of loving here going on with what you've been thinking about lately. It could be quite critical of others or critical of yourself. Kind of feeling like it could be critical of yourself. Well, I feel like maybe there's two different groups of people here, okay? So what's going on at home? There's a justice reverse. There's some unfair, unbalanced things going on in your home. The work-life balance isn't doing it right now. There's people around you, live near you, in your home, neighbors, what have you, or anything like that are maybe stepping on your toes, doing things that aren't fair or just around you. Could be causing you some distress there. And that could go back to that is just maintain your dignity. Don't sink to their level. Don't light that bag of shit on their doorstep. With your self-expression right now, it's the Ten of Wands reverse. So that's definitely a feeling of exhaustion. You're kind of, what you're expressing yourself to others right now is that you're burdened and it's not worth your time. I'd be careful of that with friends and business associates for sure. But you're kind of giving off this vibe of like, I'm better than this, or I don't even want this. I don't need this. This is a you problem, not a me problem. With work, we have the Magician reversed. Either you feel like you're inept and not very good at what you're doing for work, or you feel like you don't have all the tools that you need at your job. You don't feel very empowered at your job at this time. And then again, with the two camps thing, like I was saying, there could be people who are also inept, that are charlatans, that are falsely making claims and things like that, that they did the best this last quarter with this metric or whatever. And you're like, I know that's a load of shit. So you'll have to take it as it resonates, because I feel like there's two different vibes for two different groups of people going on here. With the closest person to you in your life, whether this is a spouse, loved one, friend, family member, whoever is closest to you right now, with them, it's a 6 of Wands reversed and a 10 of Cups reversed. There's some kind of embarrassment over the breakup of a family. It's like, maybe there was like a divorce, and so it's like a feeling of shame. I think that in comparison to you and how you're being seen right now, you're being seen as the wise one and the capable one and the one that's done the work and deserves what's going on in their life. That's positive. And this other person is like, wow, you effed up and now everything has fallen apart and your family is now separated, or you didn't get your happily ever after, or all your family's mad at you and won't return your phone calls or whatever. So what other people have, we have the Hermit, which is rest and relaxation. Obviously very different from the Emperor here with you and what you have. Or you're kind of looking out to others and you're like, man, other people get to like go on vacation, or they have time to take a nice relaxing bath and read. You're kind of so busy and caught up. You may be seeing others as having more of an opportunity to do things that are nurturing to the self, like self-help and therapy, or working on themselves. Maybe they have more time to study. Maybe they've become students where you're not able to do that. You need the money, you need to work. But that's kind of what you're looking at, and looking at other people and wishing you could kind of have right now. With what you're learning right now, we have the 4 of Cups, which is not accepting just anything that's offered to you. And again, with the like harsh and critical judgment, I think that kind of makes sense, where you're trying to be discerning about what's happening in your life. I think for Pisces energy, so I'm a Pisces sun and moon and Venus, we're understanding and accepting, and we like to go with the flow. So sometimes it's just like, oh, this is on my front doorstep, I guess I'll just take it. But sometimes that's just a bag of shit, and so I think what you're learning now is to be very discerning about what you accept to come into your life, especially if this was like your ex person or something like that, and like things kind of went to shit, and now you have a new revelation and realization. You're learning to be more discerning about your choices. That just because it's being presented in front of you, like, here, take this, doesn't mean you have to accept it. Is it right for you? Are there any red flags here? Is there anything that's, is this actually what I asked for? Is a big question with the 4 of Cups. I didn't want this tan cup or this silver cup or this bronze cup or even this gold cup. I wanted a crystal cup, and you're not giving it to me, so I'm just going to keep waiting. What have you built so far? We have the Page of Wands. You definitely have a voice about what's happening with you. You've learned to speak up and say your piece. You've also learned to take some risks in life and be optimistic about your future. I think with this here too, if you're one of those people that feels like you don't have everything you need to do the job well, and despite you actually doing it well, by the way, you're kind of learning to just say, well, even though I feel like I don't have everything that I need, I am going to go ahead and go ahead. I'm going to put myself out there in whatever way to at least start this path, gain support, gain business, gain experience more than anything. So wider friends and associates and how they are impacting you at this time. We have the 7 of Wands reversed. They're absolutely letting you let your guard down around them. They're not putting any pressure on you to do anything. They may also see you as having kind of fallen off. That some things that have happened in your life kind of got the better of you. And it was maybe a challenge that you couldn't overcome. Whatever the case, they're kind of aware of that. And then what's a limitation? It's a King of Cups, which is your card, Pisces. You're almost limited by being so compassionate and empathetic right now. Because I think you need to have clear discernment here. And I kind of got on your head about this. It is important. You have to maintain your dignity and not take it too far. But I think that balance is needed with the King of Swords energy, because if this was upright, we wouldn't even have a reading here today, because all would be well. So you're kind of learning how to be fair and balanced while still incorporating a little bit of that compassion when you're making judgment calls. Okay, let me pause and get your next round of cards. Okay, Pisces rising. So first, for who you actually are, we have the Three of Wands reversed, which is someone who is probably pretty impatient, patient with the process, ready to just get up and go, or get up and leave, if I know Pisces, but isn't really waiting for results to come in, doesn't want to look at results either. And that's a feature here. It's not all that you are. It's talking about in the context of the spread. Next, we have what you value with the King of Pentacles. So it's like you placing a lot of value here on your security and your financial stability and your wealth and your ongoing ability to make money, to own property, and to have it all together. You've placed a lot of value in that, whether you have it or not. That's something that's driving you too. With what needs to change, we have the Tower reversed. I mean, this is expecting some kind of major cataclysm before it even happens, expecting cataclysms everywhere around the corner. But also back to the Pisces vibes, this is like not willing to start just building on a foundation, because you have to set your roots down somewhere and build. And when you start a building, it's not going to shelter you at first. It's not going to look very pretty. It's not going to have all the furnishings. It's going to be dirt. And that is where you have to start if you want to build something that lasts and has that security that you value. What's driving you right now is the Three of Cups. I think that there's definitely some friends around you that are being very supportive at this time, and it's kind of giving you the motivation to go forward. But this is also a petty card. And with the Justice reverse and with this elk here, I can't not say it, as this is definitely some petty behavior and false friendship and just kind of playing nice, but secretly like gossiping behind someone's back. It's definitely gossip. And like, if you've been gossiping and that's like motivating your whole feelings about this situation, like that's poisoning you, you know? And I know that things have been unfair towards you, and I'm not here to deny that, but if you're just bitching about it to your friends, like that's not harming anyone that deserves anything. Like, you know, it's not making this situation that's wrong into a right. It's just making you less dignified than you should be. And it's putting you on the low road instead of the high road. And it's messing with your judgment is definitely the major thing here. It's messing with your judgment. Because now it's like a you versus the world, and everyone's a piece of shit, and you're not as clear-sighted when you're kind of being driven by this like let's get back at them kind of vibe, or like petty boots, you know? What do you need to have the courage to do with the Lovers reversed? Two things. One is to hold off making a choice till you get more information. But two is to recognize when things are not quite lined up and accept that that's not anyone's fault. If you're looking at like a failed relationship here, or your associations with other people who are, you know, in your home or neighbors or whoever it is that have been unfair, something that'll help you get out of this like petty judgment energy is to understand that not everyone is on the same level, but that is inherently okay. Yes, you should protect yourself from people that want to use you or abuse you. Yes, you should do things that are within your legal right to take care of your business if that's what the situation calls for. But if there's nothing left to do but sit at home and gossip and complain or think about ways to get back at someone, obviously that's a situation where there's nothing to be done. And in that case, it's important that you realize that you can't control others, of course. That doesn't mean don't stand your ground, but it also doesn't mean get into like petty squabbles. There's a way to maintain your dignity and your boundaries while not participating mentally in tearing others down or thinking of them as less than, thinking of others as all kinds of negative, nasty words, because it doesn't do anything for you and it doesn't do anything to hurt them. This card ultimately is just like irreconcilable differences. And you've got to recognize when you have irreconcilable differences with a person and accept that that doesn't mean I'm right and you're wrong or vice versa. It just means differences that cannot be reconciled, just that. And then let it go for your best interest. What are the details that you need to pay attention to this month? Something that you know, maybe kind of caught up in the details, something that you need to watch out for. We have the Four of Wands reversed. You may consider changing home, especially with this energy here. But also, with feeling like you don't have enough and expecting to have crises happen everywhere and wanting to run away from them, not wanting to build on a foundation, this goes back to there's something about you that wants to celebrate the chicks and count the chicks before they've hatched. And it requires time and effort and a waiting period for things to develop into something that's worth celebrating. That's okay to celebrate. So it's important to kind of look out and catch yourself when you're feeling like, oh, I haven't, this is taking too long and I just want to get to the good part. I understand that, but I think the good part, if you fast forward to that, isn't good enough. What you're really looking for now in your life is to build this tower on its firm foundations so that you can receive this real celebration, and you've got to be patient and understand that it takes time. With the other person here, we've got the Ace of Swords reversed. I mean, I think that lies have happened from you, from them. I think people misrepresented themselves to some capacity here. Let me get some more info on that. I like to pull other cards on aces and pages since they're kind of more energy than something specific. Oh, it's a page of Wands reverse, which is not speaking. And the Knight of Wands reversed. Okay, don't speak to them. Don't go over there trying to have sex with them. Don't do anything reckless. And the Four of Cups reversed. Don't just accept whatever they have to offer. Do some introspection and you'll know the truth. Okay. You probably already knew that. I feel like that's obvious, but if you're still tied up with someone that you've broken up with and you're still dealing with all these issues, that there it is, you've got to do some some thinking about it and separate yourselves from them, and you'll get the insight that you're looking for about them. But if they're trying to come back into your life, it's a load of shit. And, don't buy it. Don't hear it. Don't speak to it. And don't take action towards it. This is total disconnection here. And I also think, don't think about it. I mean, the Hermit's here, which implies thinking and introspection. But in the most non-biased way possible, or simply in terms of yourself and your own growth. That's a bit complex. I just think that you already know who and what this person is, and the less that they live in your mind rent-free, the better. Certainly don't take any action towards them of any kind. Okay. What's a secret that you don't know about? We have the Emperor reverse. So I think that, in the valuing of this financially stable and able person who has it all together and is in control of everything practical in their life, you have the propensity to become a tyrant, to mishandle your power. And part of the reason for that is because you're still kind of participating in these mental blame games. You're not taking the higher road. If you don't take the higher road, you will cause damage to people who are under you, employees, loved ones, children, parents, whoever. Because you're not using the King of Swords to effectiveness here. Because the King of Swords listens to all sides objectively and uses both reason and compassion in decision making. But if you're not using reason or compassion, you will become a tyrant. So watch out for that. That's something that could happen that may have escaped your vision in this whole situation of being like, this isn't fair, and this person was a liar and a cheat and everything, and maybe they were, right? And maybe it isn't fair. But ultimately, you've got to concern yourself with you going forward and what kind of person you become. And this petty behavior here is going to turn you into a piece of crap. Okay. For your aspiration, we have the Page of Pentacles reverse, that's usually the student card in learning, and it's reversed. You don't want to learn anything. You want to just tell it like it is, or say what you want to say and stuff. And if you've been messed around, I understand, wanting to, just be hanging with yourself for a little bit and be able to, have it your way at BK, But let me get one more card to clarify. Okay, the Queen of Swords. I think, okay. You want to quickly jump to judgment because you want to hold to your truth. The Queen of Swords is this is my truth and I am standing on it. It's kind of a Virgo energy too. It's you can say whatever you want. I'll listen. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Either way, you can try to change my mind, but it's not going to work on these, specifically on these issues. This is my truth. The forks go in the dishwasher down, not up. This is my truth. Don't even bother Googling it because it'll just have a picture of my face with me saying that. So for you, it's you don't want to learn anything that's not in your truth, and you want to act on that truth with immediacy. And that is a goal for you through all of this is no, I'm going to let you know what's up right now. I think that this is coming up because it's important to you to to recognize this aspect of yourself and how it can be detrimental to your ability to set down roots and work on things with people or with your plans. Because if someone's saying something other than your truth, you don't want to learn about it. You don't want to add something new to yourself right now. You want to say, you know what, you're wrong and I'm out of here. What is the end result if you take care of these two matters? You change your expectation of things going to fall apart before it even happens and running from situations, as well as being willing to build on a firm foundation and see things through, as well as accepting that sometimes people just have irreconcilable differences and that they are not villains and neither are you. The end result will be these are two change in perspective cards, first of all. So the Knight of Pentacles reversed and the Hanged Man. You will receive a change in perspective. You will learn something new. You will have your horizons broadened by the situation where you can feel like it doesn't have to all be about you in order to protect yourself. Because I think that's an aspect here, is like you just want to make sure that you don't get screwed over or lied to again. And so you're feeling like your way of doing that is to speak your piece immediately and not even listen to what others are saying. You're going to gain a new perspective on how these relationships have worked in the past to hinder you, and how changing these things can help you in this matter of only, of setting down roots and working on something and making it work, but also recognizing when it's just simply differences that can't be overcome, and then letting that situation, separate. And with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, this is breaking the momentum of what you've been doing for a long time. So there's a really good opportunity for a reversal, and like a strong right turn in the path of your life, where the way that you see others and judge others is done from a more balanced perspective, and not from a perspective that's trying to get even or protect yourself by asserting yourself. So how are others? What's your contribution to others? With the Ace of Pentacles reversed, I think this definitely limits your ability to be giving to others because of the defensiveness. You're just waiting for the other shoe to drop, and because of that, you're not willing to be very giving and open to that, and wanting to share with others. It can really change, how you can build and maintain friendships and associations when you trust yourself to make good judgments, stick in with it for, until you see that there are differences that can't be overcome. And until then, give the benefit of the doubt. Don't expect an unfair situation before you see the evidence of it. What needs to be released? This is, again, going back to this card. It's the Death reversed. Release the stagnation and the desire to never change and just stay as you are, but also release the paranoia that there's another tower moment, another crisis just right around the corner. You have what you need. You do have what you need to deal with crises as they come towards you. Stand tall and maintain your dignity no matter what, and others will treat you with the respect that you deserve. Don't stoop to any levels. Maintain what you know to be righteous and true, because I know that's important to you. But in the meantime, still stay open to learning and listening. Be willing to allow your perspective to be changed on relationships, on unfair circumstances, on people treating you badly and ways that would be appropriate for you to deal with that are the most wholesome and affirming to you. All right, Pisces rising, let me get you a spell card. Just one, please. Okay. Telepathy tea. Dandelion root tea can call upon the spirit of anyone whose advice you might need. Simply place a freshly brewed tea using this root on your bedroom altar or nightstand. Before you sleep, say the name of your helper deity out loud 7 times. In a dream or vision, the spirit will visit you and answer all your questions. During medieval times, this spell was used to find hidden treasure. Geoffrey Chaucer, the English poet from the Middle Ages, who was well versed in astrology and other metaphysics, recommended this tried and true tea. So there's that for you if you want to pause and check that out later. Ask for help from your guides. All right, Pisces rising, that about wraps that up. I hope that was helpful and informative to you. If you're interested and you want to see more content from me, I have a Venus sign reading that I do for relationships every month that you can check into if you subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.